Hello friends, welcome to Salesforce CMAtics video session 138. So basically in today's video, we will try to understand the formatting option of, pyramid as well as stack pyramid at one go, because I think most of the concepts are pretty much similar as you must have understood. Like we have the general, we have the X bar, X-axis, Y-axis, a particular format related to some specific charts. Okay. Then, the chart markers, trellis, conditional formatting, all these are more or less same. So maybe we will try to cover both of them at one go. So what I will do is I will go to my Analytics Studio, and what I will do is I will open this particular data set itself. And here, let me shift to this chart, which is pyramid. Okay. So I have this pyramid chart. And as you can see here, for pyramid, there are few things we need to keep in mind. Fine. So let me also open my Notepad++. So this is an important thing because pyramid is not just like any other charts which you have. So basically remember, for pyramid, okay, you need to have the following things, which is this one. Fine. So we will of course understand one by one. So this is the basic requirement which you definitely need. So you need one field on left, one field on right, and you can, like, bars and trellis are not compulsory. Okay, that's for sure. Bars and trellis are not compulsory, but definitely what you need is the left axis and right axis. So for example, let's say I go for sum of amount. Okay, and maybe on the right axis I can go for something like sum of I think I can go for average of amount. Now, if you see, this is how the pyramid is. Okay. So the basic requirement, fine, always remember this. This can be asked in the interview question as well. The basic requirement to ensure we have a pyramid chart is that we select something on the left and right axis. Okay. Other charts we were managing by just, like by default, the counter was anyhow open. So we were managing by that. But in the pyramid, you need to have both of them. Fine. Now, of course, under bars, you can select one thing. Let's say I select once again industry. Okay. So this is how the pyramid now looks like for me. Fine. I have all the agriculture and it shows the sum of amount as well as the average of amount. That's how this looks like. Okay. And if you want, you can select something on the trellis as well. Like I select the stage. Okay. So this is how the pyramid looks like, and it's being differentiated over here. Maybe I won't go for trellis as of now. Let me go for bars. Okay. And interestingly, you can see, like, under bars, you cannot add further things over here. For example, let's say when we were doing something, let's say on the stack bar chart, okay, or I can open the bar chart as well, doesn't matter. Oh yeah, I can select something additional things under bars if you see over here. Okay. Now this is something you won't get to see when you are going for pyramid. Okay. As you can see, the left axis you can select only one, right axis only one. And if you have selected something on bars, you cannot select further. Okay. That's the thing about this one. Okay. Now let's quickly move to this conditional formatting, how it looks like. So this title, like of course I can mention it over here. Formatting for pyramid chart, that is completely fine. Okay. And I will just, so these are all same. The left axis, if you see, if you want, you can go for log scale, which we have seen. You can go for custom domain, that is fine. You can add the reference line. Maybe we can check the reference line, like how the reference line looks like. Okay, as you can see, it's appear over here. So depending upon this value, what I can do is I can select the value, let's say something like, okay, I think I can select something on 50, maybe 50 million. Okay, so that's the thing. And I can write something like, uh, what I can write, I can write something like 50 million only. That's fine. Yeah, that's how this label appears. Okay, so that's the reference line one. Now this is for the left axis, if you see. Okay, similarly, if you want something on the right axis, you can add the reference line. So maybe I can write again something like over here. So here it will be like 5K, I guess. Yeah, I think it will be like 0.5 million. Okay, maybe I can write 0.5 million, which is fine. And maybe I can change the color for this one. I can go for something like blue. Okay, and that's how this is appearing. Fine. Then we have something called as the center axis. If you don't want to show the center axis, this is how it will look like. Okay, so if you don't want to show the center axis, this is how it will look like, as you can see here. Okay, and you can play around with the size. So let's say I want 20%. I can play around, like how much space I need. If you see, Like if I go for 30%, this is how the space, but I think I can go for auto. This is completely looking fine as of now. The legends and all, we already know it's the same thing. Tooltip also the same thing. Trellis same thing. Chart marker is the same thing, and the conventional format also is the same thing. Okay, nothing much over here, but yeah, the main thing to check over is basically on the pyramid chart. Like again, you have the same options which you were having for bar and column. Okay, I don't see any difference. Okay, that's something which is there. If you want to show the major axis, like you can just deselect, then the major. So basically if I deselect this one, the major axis which you're showing at top, that won't show up. Okay, and if I don't want to show the major title, like I don't want to show the sum of amount, average of amount, I can just disable this one. Okay, as you can see, that got disabled. Fine. So there is nothing extra. Like these are more or less same, but yeah, I just showed you the reference line, how it looks like. And the important point to notice, like you definitely need something on the left and something on the right. Okay, and after you have selected something on the bar, you cannot have further groupings under the bar section. Okay, that's the thing about this. So maybe I can quickly just save it as. Uh, Let me check how I was saving it earlier. Formatting options of pyramid chart. Okay, I can save it. And I can go it in my recipe dataset. Okay, that's fine. Formatting options of pyramid chart in the recipe dataset. I've saved it. Now what I can do is I can just duplicate this one, and very quickly I can show you something on stack pyramid. So here I will once again open this one, and what I will do is I will straight away jump to stacked pyramid. Okay, and we will check how this will. Now to display stacked pyramid, this is how it will again look like. Now again, let me just copy this over here, okay, in my notepad plus plus. Now definitely, as you can see, the compulsory section is always the left axis and right axis. Fine. So definitely I can select something like here I can select the same thing, sum of amount, and here I can select something like the average of amount. Now under bars, I can elect something like industry. And what I can do is under bar segment, maybe I can select something like stage. Okay. Now, if you observe over here, this is the stack pyramid all about. Like, what's the advantage of the stack pyramid over pyramid? What happens is basically under pyramid, you don't have an option. Like, if I want to see, like for example, I want to see, like for agriculture, what are the different stages for each one of them? That part I can't do. Of course, with trellis, what I can do is like there's a box structure which is created. Like for each, you have the same pyramid structure, but it's like created under each section. Okay, under each box. Okay, that is something which I don't want maybe. Okay, but stack pyramid is more like a proper representation where under agriculture I can see like what are the values I have for different stages. So whatever you put on a bar segment, same concept, just like we have stacked bar and stacked column. So the stack concept is like you will have an extra section, okay, on the left, which is the bar segment. Okay, that's the thing. Fine. So that's how it looks like. And now if I go to that formatting, okay, I think these are all same. I can write that same thing what I've written over here. That is formatting for stack pyramid chart. Okay, this is fine, and we can play around with this one, which is fine. Now if I directly move over here, again it's the same thing just like we had previously. Okay, now here you have this option of normalizing values where basically show stack. Of course this, so you must have observed one thing, this normalize value, this extra option which occurs, that only occurs when you're going for a stack path. Okay, so whenever you're going for stack, you have this extra option of normalizing values, and of course you can normalize the values, like okay, if you want to do it, that is something which we have already walked through earlier as well. Okay, auto fit. This is fine. It's like preserve level if you don't want to. We have walked through this one. This is same. Here also is the same thing. Right axis also same thing. Center axis, like if you don't want to show the center, you can just disable this one. Okay. If you enable this one, you can choose the size as well. And I think legends and all we all understood. Fine. We understood all about tooltip, chart markers, and conditional formatting. Maybe what I can do is I can like save this one very quickly. So I can write formatting option of stack pyramid chart. And what I can do is I can save it in my recipe data set. How many stack pyramid chart? Yeah, that is the whole thing about this one. So I hope you understood the basic difference between pyramid and stacked pyramid. One main thing to remember is whether it's pyramid or stacked pyramid, you will always need one field for left axis and right axis. And after that, under you have stacked pyramid, you need one field for the bar segment to have a proper difference to properly utilize the application of stacked pyramid chart. And very quickly, what we can do is we can also check the chart markers. Once I remember in one of the sessions, like the chart markers didn't work out when I was refreshing it. Maybe we can quickly check it over here only in the stacked pyramid how this happens. So if I click on edit chart markers, okay, and maybe what I can do is I can select the same thing over here, which is agriculture. Fine, and let me open this by default. Let the background be as it is, okay, which is there. And maybe let me just click on save, okay. Let me click on save. And now let me just disable this one. So if I click on cross, this is how this is appearing, right? If I open this, this is how it's appearing. And I think I've already clicked on save, but what happened is right now, okay, let's say I don't want this one. Okay, that agriculture, I think for some reason disappeared, I guess. Okay, that has again come up over here, which is fine. This is where I see I have clicked on cross over here. Now, what I will do is I will quickly refresh this one. Okay, let me save this and let me refresh it. Yeah. So basically this edit chart markers, this appears by default over here, as you can see. And if I click on cross, I can always select this one. Okay, something which was not happening in one of the cases, but I think that's fine. Maybe there was some issue at that time. But this is about this edit chart marker. So this edit chart marker is already there. The only thing is like here, if I click on edit chart markers, this is already existing. Fine. And if I just select one more over here, I can just, let's say if I click on blink. So let's try for both of these options. Okay, for apparel, what I will do is maybe I can go back once again and I can refresh this. Okay, so what I will do is maybe for one of the things that is for agriculture over here, what I will do is like I will click on edit chart markers just for the agriculture over here. What I will do is I will go for blink when closed as well for this one. And now I will just save this, okay, once again. And let me refresh. Yeah, as you can see for both of them, this chart marker is appearing by default. Now, if I just close this and if I close this over here, now if you see this is the part which is blinking here, it will not blink. Okay, so automatically that will open if you select both of them. But the problem is like here, it is going to blink, here it will not blink. So here, if I select, it's going to show me again. Here, if I select, it's going to show me. So it's like more like putting an emphasis this chart markers. Okay, so that also works out. So yeah, that's about this one of formatting options. So basically, we have covered the complete section of the bars. Okay, maybe in one of the videos we will understand what are the difference between these bars, columns and pyramid, and what's the difference between all this and how that stacked, I mean that stacked with related to its column counterpart. That difference we have already understood, where an extra checkbox just happens. Okay, and yeah, after that we can carry on the line section. Fine. So yeah, that's it about this video. Hope you have enjoyed. Nothing much. And yeah, let's meet very soon in our next one. Thank you.